You're listening to The Big Iron Buzz.
Welcome to our latest episode of the Big Iron Buzz, where each week we'll bring to you the latest news and trends in the ag, real estate, and used equipment markets. This podcast is brought to you by Big Iron Auctions and Big Iron Realty, rural America's premier online unreserved auction site, bringing you real connections, respected values, and real deals. Hi everyone, I'm Ryan Smith and I'm the host of the Big Iron Buzz. With me today is Mark Stock and Dale Scott from Big Iron Auctions. Dale, you're new to the show. Why don't you start off by telling everyone who you are and where you are located?
Well, I'm a third-generation farmer out of Chester, South Dakota. I've been involved in manufacturing, ethanol production facility. I helped build one of those, seed sales, trucking company, and some John Deere parts and service over my years. Moved to Sioux Falls here about 10 years ago, and have been with Big Iron the last 4 years with Lake, McCook, Moody, and Minnehaha counties in southeastern South Dakota around Sioux Falls.
Last week you hosted a really successful retirement sale for Clayton and Leanne Skipper in Flanderow, South Dakota. Can you give us a recap of what sold well and the feedback you got from your sellers?
Yeah, my sellers were just ecstatic over this sale. They were probably 30% over any kind of estimate they even give me in the end. And we had a 1770 NT box planter, which is kind of an unusual item, and it sold for $47,000. That was probably the premier piece of the sale as far as getting a great value for a box planter. We had a 726 mulch finisher at $16,350. Had a 637 disc, a 23 footer, which are kind of hard to come by and stuff, sold for $12,500. Just a kind of run-of-the-mill, decent-looking 4440 at $20,750. And probably the other side of the sale that I didn't expect was the harvest equipment being very, very solid. We had a 9610 John Deere combine that brought 32,251, and the headers for that combine were at 7750 or 7700 for a 930F and 7550 for an 843 low profile with comers on it, corn head. So very, very good auction, and like I said, the sellers were very, very happy with the results.
Dale, next week you've got another retirement sale. This time it's for Larry and Audrey Zuderhoff in Colton, South Dakota. What can you tell us here?
Larry is a guy that's just getting out because the land has been sold and stuff like that, but he's taken really good care of the equipment and stuff. Got some fantastic pieces. He's got a 2012 1435 26-foot disc that's just in excellent shape. He's got 2014 4066 Timpty trailer that's got ag hoppers and everything, just a sweet unit there. He's got a 12-row John Deere planter, 7200. It looks really clean and stuff. Got an 8640 John Deere tractor that's really got good rubber and stuff on it. That's going to be a nice piece for somebody. Also got a truck to pull that trailer with, that Timpty trailer. It's a 1998 Freightliner. Got an N14 in it and 10-speed day cab besides. So good truck there. He also has a 2012 Honda Rancher with power steering and stuff on it. Only 800 miles on this unit. So there's going to be a lot of excitement over that unit also.
Mark, Big Iron is also hosting the Dale Christensen Estate next week as well, and they are located in Caledonia, Illinois. The seller has some really nice woodworking equipment. Can you tell us more here?
You bet. First of all, hello, Dale. How you doing? You're doing a great job in representing Big Iron, and I've heard nothing but good things from the sellers that Dale has worked for. He's extremely informative with his seller base, and he does a great job of answering his phones to give buyers his perspective of the equipment that's selling. And he's also great at social media stuff. So keep up the good work, Dale. But yes, we've got an estate sale in Caledonia, Illinois. The Dale Christensen Estate features a Cabelco excavator. It's the SK130LC, and this has got a FabTech 4-roller processor head on it. So if you want to do some trimming trees and doing a bunch of tearing up some stuff, that's a very expensive head that's on the front of that machine. They've also got a portable firewood processor. They've got portable band saws. They've got a kiln dryer system. They've got molders. They've got radial arm saws. They've got sawdust blowers. They've got sawdust collector systems. These are Cornell brands. They've got a nice selection of other equipment like the homemade wood lathe. They've also got a Hicks hydraulic press that's going to be selling. So check out all this equipment. It's an estate sale, folks. They also got a Deutz DX160 mechanical front tractor that will sell. They got a 1923 Ford Roadster car. So check that out. If you need a Power King 1218 Hydro Series garden tractor, that will be selling as well. So check out all of this equipment selling on November 25th.
Mark, before we leave the subject of retirement sales, I'd like to ask you a question here. As another farming season comes to a close, many farmers are thinking of retirement. What advice do you have for listeners who are thinking about retirement in terms of how they go about choosing an auction company to help with the sale of their equipment? What are some important attributes they should look for?
Well, first of all, you got to find a guy like Dale, because Dale keeps the seller informed about the whole process from start to finish with an auction. And the first thing that we and Dale like to inform all of our sellers are, don't back yourself into a corner by trying to have a sale in a real fast fashion. We can do your auction within an 8-week period from the time you get us the green light, depending on what the equipment looks like and how much help is going to be available to get it ready for a sale. I mean, we have make-ready crews. We can send in the BigIron cleanup crews to do all those things. But if you start several months in advance, we've got some folks that have called us already back in August to conduct their sale this fall, winter, and into next spring already. And we've been out taking video footage of the equipment going through the field, the combines, the grain carts, and all those things, and the trucks driving around with loads of grain on them. So we're building all of that video inventory into our toolbox to show people when the equipment actually comes up for sale. We're in the COVID world right now where everything is getting tighter and tighter until we get a shot or a vaccine or something to flatten this curve comes into play. So our job as an auction company is to provide all of the buyers with as much information as possible so they can make an educated and confident decision in their bidding process. So give us plenty of time to do all the things that need to be done in order to have a correct and proper auction. So, cleaning up machinery, power washing it, getting the windows cleaned and the interiors cleaned out, detailing it, making sure that all your flat tires are no longer flat and they get fixed. And if you've got leaks or maintenance issues on equipment, on leaky cylinders or something like that, those things need to be addressed. And then, of course, good pictures and using the good video footage that we put together are all part of having a successful sale. Now, some of the attributes that BigIron brings to the table is we're one of the few companies that always publish the owner's name and their phone number. I mean, we're gonna publicize that information on the website so people can call you specifically. And that helps provide that buyer with a sense of confidence that after they've talked to you and they get a feel for what it is you're doing and how well you've taken care of your equipment, as long as our sellers, and we really preach to the sellers all the time, if there's something good about it, tell them, and if there's something bad about it, tell them. So if you got a disc and there's a cracked frame in it that's been welded, say, yeah, there was a cracked frame and it was welded. Look at the pictures. Because we try to identify all those things, because it is what it is, right? So we need to show it as it is. But the attribute of always providing the seller's name is important. We, behind the scenes, make sure that all of the equipment selling on BigIron is lien-free. So that's an important part. We don't ever charge a buyer's fee. So you're not going to get additional fees tacked on in terms of a buyer's fee. So people really appreciate that. We have videos. We have a lot of pictures. We have public inspections. Some of those are really being controlled now because of the COVID outbreak. So that's why we're trying to even provide more video footage of the equipment on our websites. But all in all, if you're thinking about having a retirement sale, and some people want to do it in waves, they want to do some of the equipment in the spring, maybe some of it in the summer, maybe some of it in the fall next year. Some of them, these sellers want to spread out their income over a couple calendar years. there's pros and cons of all of that, but it all depends on your particular situation. But we can sit down and have a conversation. We've got district managers and region managers that can provide a little bit more insight on how all that goes, and the importance of making sure that your equipment is properly presentable, properly marketed, and that you answer the calls when people call. So anybody wanting to have a sale, you need to pick up the phone and call us so we can start that conversation.
We've got several retirement sales on the November 25th auction. Dale, why don't you start us off and share some of the great equipment from South Dakota that you like?
Yeah, I've got Gillespie Outdoor Power Equipment. Justin's a new seller with us. He's sold with different auction companies in the past, and I hang flyers there, every couple of weeks and stuff. And he's just finally decided that he has seen enough of our results, and he wanted to get a bigger base and get his equipment that he's selling farther away from him. And he thought that was going to be a real advantage to selling with BigIron and stuff. He's got some stand-on mowers and a good right-on zero turn this weekend, or on 25th, and he just really thought it was just a good fit for us. Just kind of seeing that we were moving stuff farther away from his base and stuff like that, and that was what he was very concerned about. One of the other things we got is Randy Brown has got a 7330 premium over here in Pure, South Dakota. Brian Boss is the rep on that. It's got 3,358 hours on it. It's very good shape. It's got auto steer. It's got a Starfire globe that goes with it. Randy has owned this tractor for a little over a year and put on 1,000 hours, so just no trouble with it at all. The rubber's pretty decent on the thing. It's just going to be a heck of a good piece that you can go out and use for a long time. We got Andy Gubbles has got a auction over here with a 7200 10-row 30 planter from Ben Kaltenbach in Beersford, South Dakota. Just went through that whole planter and done a lot of updating and new parts and this and that. Super clean. Just went and bought himself a bigger planter, and so he needs to get rid of this one. Nothing wrong with that planter whatsoever. He's also got a John Deere X304, which is an all-wheel steer mower and stuff. Very good shape. Go out and mow for anybody for a long time, I believe, with that mower also. Over in Millette, South Dakota, Ryan Bowl, he's got a nice 1688 combine. Don Haler is the rep for that. He's the third owner, and he's got a lot of uptime service records, so that's just huge on something that's a third, fourth owner or whatever it is. To have the service records, of course, BigIron, we put that over in our additional resources or in the pictures quite often, and that's always a help for everything. He's got a Case 10, 20, 30 footer flex head that's got lateral on it and stuff, and just a real nice head that way too. So we got a lot of stuff coming up besides our retirement auctions and stuff, and we always do. It seems like we can fill in the gaps pretty good in between these retirement sales as well.
Mark, we've got great equipment coast to coast on next week's auction. Let's work our way from east to west. What do you like here?
Well, let's see. From east to west, let's start in North Carolina. How about the 2017 Massey Ferguson 8730 tractor? It's got 1,985 hours. This machine located in Sims. This machine is owned by Agco Finance. It's just a lease return. And in Troy, Tennessee, we got a Rogator self-propelled sprayer that will sell. It's got about 1,749 hours. This is a spreader machine, folks. It's got the dry fertilizer spreader on the back. So that is an RG1100B series sprayer that will sell. Then we move into Georgia, folks, where we've got Anderson Feed and Hardware. They have got a 2017 Mahindra 2540 mechanical front tractor with a loader. They've also got a 2018 model. It's a 1526 utility tractor with a loader. This is a mechanical front wheel drive as well. It's got a loader bucket. It's got a mid-mount mower that's on it, so that's a handy machine. They've also got a Kubota G1900 series riding mower that will be selling here on the BigIron website. B&B Electrical, These are contractors, folks from Canton, Mississippi, and they've got a John Deere 310 SG 4x4 loader backhoe. It's just over 3,000 hours. It's an '06 model machine. They also have a Case 580 Super M. It's a Series 2 now. This loader backhoe is about 3,600 hours. It's an '05 model that will be selling on BigIron.com. We get to Biggsville, Illinois, where Bigger Farm and Feedlots, they've got a 2011 Case IH 6088 combine. This machine will be selling. It's got the retractable top. It's got duals. So check out that machine. We also have a 2015 Case IH 4408. It's an 8-row 30 chopping corn head, and they've got a Case IH 3020 series 25-foot Terraflex header that will be selling. We get into Mason City, Iowa, from Mason City Red Power. They've got a Case IH 7010 combine that will be selling. They've also got a 2020 Beam Flex head that's selling. That's a 2010 model machine. We got David Holtus out of Dakota, Iowa. They'll be selling a 2013 John Deere 6210R mechanical front tractor. They've also got a Sunflower vertical tillage disc. It's the 6630 series. They got a couple Mustang skid steers that are selling. And the list goes on, folks. Truck Center Companies in Nebraska. They've got an '07 Freightliner Columbia semi-truck that's selling. We got Jim Oshmera. He's from Weston, Nebraska. 1992 John Deere 4055 mechanical front tractor with a loader. Check out that machine that will sell here to the highest bidder on BigIron.com. Those tractors are harder and harder to find, but people like them because you can fix them yourself. So those are handy machines that way. We've also got a Caterpillar 930 wheel loader selling in Weston, Nebraska for the same seller, Jim Oshmera. Central Prairie Co-op, they're from Sterling, Kansas. They got some forklifts. They got a Wilmar 1600 series dry tender box with an electric tarp. It's a 16-ton machine. We've got equipment selling in Oklahoma from Sun State Equipment. They've got a 2016 Polaris Ranger UTV. They've got a Polaris Crew 4-wheel drive Ranger UTV. They got some scissor lifts and boom lifts and vertical mass lifts as well. In Wyoming, folks, as we work our way across the country, Fremont County Weed and Pest in Lander, Wyoming, they've got some more UTVs. They got a Polaris Ranger. It's a 13 model, 2013. They've also got a John Deere 855 Gator that will be sold on BigIron.com coming up here on November 25th. They've got a couple of vehicles as well, 2 GMC 2500 pickups that got the weed sprayer trucks mounted. They got so you can go out there and get your weed sprayed. They got a GMC 1500 series Sierra 4x4 quad cab. That's an '08 model, and they got a 2006 Ford extended cab pickup. That's an F-150. We get into Montana, Frenchman Valley Ranch. They have got a 2015 Peterbilt 389. Now, you need to take a look at this truck because it is so pretty. It's got the green top, the white center, and the green fenders. It's got big, tall stacks, 492,000 miles on a 2015 model truck. They'll also be selling a Dodge Ram 2500 Mega Cab 4x4 pickup. They got a Ford F-250 pickup that's selling. They got a Cheyenne pickup. They got a couple Arctic Cat ATVs that will be selling, plus a versatile 875 four-wheel drive tractor. They also have a hay buster, bale processor. I mean, check out the equipment selling in Montana. And we'll end up all the way out in the west at Olivehurst, California, where there are 2 mechanical front-wheel drive compact tractors with loaders and a backhoe that are going to be sold to the highest bidder. So we'd like you to check out those machines in California selling this week on BigIron.com. These are going to be 2016 and 2018 model compact tractors. I'll tease you a little bit, folks. Go to BigIron.com and find out what models they are from Mahindra USA selling in California next week.
Dale, you've got a lot of really nice equipment coming up in our December sale as well. Can you give us a sneak peek as far as what we can expect to see?
Well, on December 9th, I've got the Warren Haas retirement, and he's got a really super low hour. I shouldn't say super low hour, but it's 5,000 hour 4760 two-wheel drive tractor. You just don't see one of them around very often. And so he's got that as probably his premier piece. He's also got a 9550 combine with heads and stuff. That's another combine that's probably only got 2,500 hours on it or so. He also has a really nice 1760 12-row narrow planter with fertilizer and stuff on it. Ernie Christensen's a seller that's been selling with us quite often and stuff. Ernie's going to have a couple of drills. He's going to have a 1560 no-till drill on that sale. He's also going to have a international 5400 minimum till drill plus a couple of heads for a Case IH combine. Then I will start with Sioux International. They're going to have a Mahindra side-by-side UTV at 750 on the sale on the 9th. Also going to have a Trailies detached trailer that's in pretty good shape and stuff. Great for a farmer and stuff to use. Also a 2009 Manitou MLT 940L telehandler. You just don't see them every day here in the Sioux Falls area and stuff. So that's going to take care of a lot of the guys that are looking for a telehandler in an area. They also have something unusual in a 1200 12-row narrow stack fold planter. I don't see them every day either, but that's in really good shape. And a couple of field cultivators, two 4300s. Couple of, I think one's a 32 footer, the other one's a 46 footer. So those are coming up. Also got some stuff on the 16th. I've got the Craig Walker retirement. He's going to have a 1586, a Stagger ST 310, fairly nice 8430 John Deere with a couple of grain carts also there. Ren Peterson is also in my area. He's going to have a less than 2,000 hour 2388 on the separator hours on a Case IH 2388. He's got a nice 7140 and a 1086. Moving down to the 23rd, I'm going to have some skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, and a couple mowers from Pfeiffer Implement here in Sioux Falls. I got a nice GMC Envoy from Ron Castaigne. That's going to be on the sale on the 23rd. And on the 30th, I'm looking at Terry Bundy's going to have a 4020 and a 966 for you collector guys and stuff. Guys are always looking for those. A couple of repeat sellers. Going to be Schmidt Brothers, going to have some semis and etc. And Greg Van Zatten's also a repeat seller. He's going to have a cab over and cattle pot and a couple other things. A big shout out to those previous sellers that are a big part of our BigIron family. They give testimonials. All these guys have. Ernie Christensen, Greg Van Zatten, and Josh Schmidt, they've all sold and did testimonials and do a lot of stuff for me word of mouth. So that's always important in our BigIron family to get that word out that way.
Mark, we've got a ton of great equipment coming up on our December auction, but there's one that both you and I have seen personally, and it's a sight to behold. It's on the December 2nd auction, and it's for Pro Energy and Jeff Cannon out of Sedalia, Missouri. What will listeners find here?
They're going to find some very unique stuff, very well cared stuff. There's a 2018 John Deere 6175M mechanical front tractor with a loader. I believe this machine has less than 100 hours on it. They've also got a 2017 Great Plains no-till drill. This is a grass seeding drill. It's the 1006 NT. So check out that machine. They got a Bobcat T320 compact track loader. It's an 09 model that is in outstanding condition. In addition to some enclosed trailers like the Doolittle 20-foot tandem axle enclosed trailer, they've also got a KC slider, sliding roof, sliding floor, show car trailer. I mean, this trailer is unbelievable. You drop the back door, you can hook up a car, you can slide it right on in, you can pull it in. It's got the built-in generator. Check out this machine for all you people that have fancy cars that you want to drive around the country. This is a special custom-built sliding floor car trailer. Now, we've also got a lot of UTVs and ATVs selling for Pro Energy. They got Polaris Sportsman. Some of these machines have very, very low time, if any time at all. They've got a Kinsey 3500 series, 8-row 15-inch no-till planter. It's a 2014 model. They've also got some landscaping equipment, got a lot of flatbed trailers. They've also got a John Deere 5105M mechanical front tractor with a loader. They got a John Deere 7000 series 6-row planter. They use those planters primarily for feed plots for wildlife. So check those machines out. They've also got some chainsaws, but they've also got a lot of vehicles here. And I want you to talk I want to talk about a 2011 Peterbilt 388 that's got 338,000 miles. This is a triaxle semi-truck tractor. It's got the Cummins ISX 15 motor under the hood. It's got the 18-speed transmission. This thing is immaculate. Check out this truck. They got step deck trailers that are selling. And, of course, Jeff had a custom barbecue trailer and truck built that you need to check out the pictures of this machine, because this is something really, really special. You can do your custom barbecuing out of this machine that's pulled by a 2009 Ford F50 crew cab custom truck that I think has got less than 10,000 miles on it. And there's a 2010 Doolittle 40-foot triaxle enclosed barbecue competition trailer. Please check out that machine. And if you need some real fancy Lariat or Platinum pickups, we want you to check out the pickups that are selling. They're going to have 100,000 miles. There's even a Ford Expedition, a limited series SUV that will be selling for this seller, the Pro Energy Group. They've just got some outstanding quality equipment that will sell here coming up on December the 2nd. Do your due diligence. You can drive to Sedalia, Missouri, and check out all the equipment that's located right at the Pro Energy campus there on the north end of town.
Mark, it's getting down to the wire, but if listeners have equipment they'd like to sell by the end of the year, what's your advice at this time?
My advice is, if you're listening to this right now, you need to have your phone, the phone number ready to write down here, and you need to call us right away, because you've got till the end of November or Thanksgiving to get your equipment listed to put on our last sale in December. And December has historically been one of the best times of the year to sell equipment, because you've got so many buyers looking to replace equipment, expand their equipment base, and they get to use the 179 tax benefits if they buy equipment by the end of the year. So everybody kind of has a good idea if they made any money farming in 2020. And I know it's been a challenging year, but we've seen the spike in bean prices, the spike in corn prices. So that has helped out here in the last part of the harvesting season. But for those folks that want to buy some additional equipment, you can write it right off on your taxes, but you have to do that by the end of the year. That being said, it's a great time to put equipment on, because you got a lot more people looking to invest in additional equipment for their operations in December. So pick up the phone and call us. We've got a toll-free number you can call from anywhere, and that number is 1-800-937-3558. I'll say it again a little bit, so get your paper and your pencil ready. But call on that number, and then that will get the wheels in motion. Or you can go to our website. If you go to BigIron.com, folks, you'll easily be able to see a button when you scroll down on the bottom of the page where it says Sell with BigIron. You just click to learn more in the blue words, and that will start it as well, because all you have to do then is fill out your name and your phone number. That'll go into our computer. It'll get sent right out to the person that services your area, like Dale does by Sioux Falls. And then Dale will call you and schedule a time to meet up with you and get that equipment listed to be sold here in December. Now, our phone number again, since you got your paper and your pencil handy, is 1-800-937-3558.
That's our show for today, folks. I'd like to thank our guests, Dale Scott and Mark Stock, and remind everyone that the equipment mentioned today can all be found on the November 25th, December 2nd, and December 9th auctions on BigIron.com. For the Big Iron Buzz, I'm Ryan Smith. We'll catch you here next week.